Hello and welcome. In today's lecture, we are going to talk about phrasal verbs in the news. Easy language breakdown. Let's start with the phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are combinations of verbs and one or more particles, such as prepositions or adverbs, that function as a single semantic unit. They often have idiomatic meanings that cannot be easily inferred from the individual words. Phrasal verbs are an essential part of English language usage, providing versatility and depth to communication. Let's take an example. The plane will take off in 10 minutes. So in this example, the phrasal verb is take off. When take and off are combined, they form the phrasal verb take off, which means to leave the ground and begin flight. So in this context, takeoff functions as a single unit with its own distinct meaning. So in newspapers, phrasal verbs are commonly used to convey information concisely and effectively. They allow journalists to express complex ideas or actions in a compact manner, which is crucial for headlines and news articles where space is limited. So let's start with some news headline, and we will identify some phrasal verbs in that news headline. The first news headline is Government cracks down on tax evasion. The phrasal verb is crack down. It means when the government takes strong actions to stop or control something illegal or causing trouble. For instance, the police cracked down on illegal street vendors. This phrasal verb is used in context when government often crack down when they want to stop bad things from happening, like crime or cheating on taxes. The next headline is Residents urged to stay indoors during storm. Here, the phrasal verb is urged to. It means when someone strongly advises or recommends that others do something. For example, the doctor urged him to quit smoking for better health. This phrasal verb is often used in situations where there is a risk to people's safety or well-being, such as during a storm or other dangerous conditions when authorities want to make sure residents stay safe by staying indoors. Next one is Stock markets bounces back after recent slump. Phrasal verb is bounce back. It refers to the rapid recovery following a decline or setback. For example, the economy bounced back after the recession. We often use bounce back when describing a situation where there is a quick and positive recovery after facing difficulties or challenges. It implies resilience and the ability to overcome adversity. Next headline is Residents clean up after devastating floods. Here the phrasal verb is clean up. This phrase verb refers to the process of tidying or removing dirt and debris following a mess or disaster, restoring the affected area to its previous conditions. For example, volunteers help clean up the beach after the oil spill. Cleanup is commonly used in context where there has been a disaster such as floods, oil spills, or natural calamities, and efforts are made to restore normalcy by moving the debris and restoring cleanliness to the affected area. Next is companies lay off thousands amid economic downturn. Here the phrasal verb lay off, it means to dismiss or terminate someone's employment, typically temporarily, due to economic reasons such as budget constraints or a decline in business. For example, the company had to lay off employees due to budget cuts. Layoff is commonly used in business contexts when organizations need to reduce their workforce to cut costs or adjust to changes in the economy, resulting in affected individuals losing their jobs. Tech giants clamp down on misinformation spreading on social media platforms. Phrasal verb is clamp down. It means to take firm and restrictive action to control or suppress something undesirable or harmful. For instance, social media companies clamped down on misinformation by implementing fact-checking measures and removing false content. This phrasal verb is commonly used in contexts where companies or organizations implement stricter policies or measures to combat problems like misinformation, ensuring the integrity and reliability of their platforms. Next headline is law enforcement agencies step up efforts to combat drug trafficking. Here the phrasal verb is step up. It means to increase or intensify efforts, actions, or measures. For instance, police have stepped up patrols in high crime areas to deter criminal activities. This phrasal verb is often used in contexts where there is a need to increase or strengthen actions or initiatives, such as law enforcement agencies increasing their efforts to tackle specific crimes like drug trafficking. Government rolls out new initiatives to boost small businesses amid economic uncertainty. Here, the phrasal verb is rolls out. It means to introduce or implement something new, typically in a gradual or systematic manner. For example, the government rolled out a series of tax incentives and financial support programs to assist small businesses. This phrasal verb is commonly used in contexts where organizations or governments introduce new policies, programs, or initiatives, often with the aim of improving or addressing specific issues or challenges. Next is environmentalists call for action to clean up ocean pollution. Here the phrasal verb is clean up. It means to remove dirt, waste, or pollutants from a specific area or environment. For example, volunteers gathered to clean up the beach and remove plastic waste. This phrasal verb is often used in contexts related to environmental conservation and protection, where efforts are made to restore or maintain cleanliness in natural habitats such as beaches, oceans, or forests. Schools phase in hybrid learning models to adapt to pandemic challenges. Here the phrasal verb is phase in. It means to introduce or implement something gradually, typically in stages or increments. For instance, the school district phased in hybrid learning by starting with a small group of students before expanding to others. This phrasal verb is commonly used in contexts where changes or new approaches are introduced gradually over time, allowing for a smooth transition and adjustment period. Next is authorities track down fugitive wanted for multiple robberies. The phrasal verb is track down. It means to find and locate someone or something, typically after a search or investigation. For example, law enforcement agencies tracked down the fugitive hiding in a remote cabin. This phrasal verb is frequently used in contexts where efforts are made to locate and apprehend individuals who are wanted by authorities, such as fugitives or suspects in criminal cases. Online retailers beef up cybersecurity measures amid rising cyber attacks. The phrasal verb is beef up. It means to strengthen or enhance something, typically by adding more resources, personnel, or measures. For example, companies beefed up their cybersecurity measures by investing in advanced threat detection software. This phrasal verb is often used in contexts related to security or protection, where organizations take proactive steps to improve or fortify defenses against potential threats or risks. Next is hikers come across ancient ruins during expedition. Here, the phrasal verb is come across. It means to encounter or find something unexpectedly. For example, I came across an old photo album while cleaning up the attic. This phrasal verb is often used when people stumble upon or discover something by chance without actively seeking it out. Plans for outdoor event fall through due to permit issues. Phrasal verb is fall through. It means to fail to happen or be completed as planned. For instance, their plans to travel fell through due to unforeseen circumstances. This phrasal verb is frequently used when arrangements or agreements fail to materialize or are cancelled at the last minute. Thank you. Thank you for joining with us.